Thank you to everyone who is joining us here in News Chopper 4. I'm Eliana Marino alongside my colleague George Marciano, and we're following a police pursuit out of Lancaster and into the San Fernando Valley. This is on the southbound 14 freeway coming up to the Newhall Pass. It looks like he's setting up to stay south, which would force him onto that 5 freeway, but we'll see what he decides here. He does have a number of options here as he comes into the Newhall Pass where the 14 and the 5 comes together. This is now the mountain here, but he'll pop out the other side. Now, this is believed to be carjacking suspects inside of this Ford F-150. It was taken at gunpoint from the rightful owner. They even shot at the rightful owner. At this point, it's unknown how that person is doing.
They carjacked this at gunpoint?
At this point, it is unknown.
What the fuck?
Southbound 5 here from the 14. So again,
Shinji, welcome. Tony, Luis,
all the way from Lancaster,
Chato, Sintless.
and now entering the San Fernando Valley.
Another chase. Day is number 2 of the day. Prediction is up.
So the car itself, again,
armed and actually dangerous. This is fucking legit.
Taken at gunpoint, and apparently they used that gun against the. Oh, shots fired.
Whoa! What?
Said. Wow.
At who?
The officers are saying that the suspects opened fire on them.
On the cops?
I've not heard if anyone was hit. Wow, that was really scary. The sound of the officer's voice saying that he had just been fired upon was really scary to hear. Again, hopefully
that's
no
fucked
one was
up.
hit, or any other civilians here on the southbound 5 freeway. I'm waiting to hear more.
Yeah, that's a death wish. Hunt, you nailed it.
They're saying that the people in this vehicle opened fire
I think the cops should not go up there then.
So
dude, if they're shooting, just don't. Maybe don't do this. Maybe don't drive behind them anymore. I don't know what you're going to do. Like, it just seems like, dude, if they're actually fired at you, why are you getting up here again?
Down a little bit. He's losing one tire here. Maybe even
what
two.
Happened?
Apparently, he did run over a spike strip.
Oh, this could be bad.
So I'm
there
be
was a
really
spike strip?
At the end of this, guys, because we don't know what's going to happen here
when?
as this comes to
what
a
the
stop.
fuck is going on?
Again, he ran over a spike strip. Looks like he's using 2 tires.
This is going to be
here.
truck off-road for the second time today. This is truck number 2 off-road. This one made it back onto the road, though.
Southbound 5 freeway. Again, he's losing tires.
Well, they shot out his tire. No, they definitely didn't do that.
It's about to go. He ran over a spike strip. This was right at the time that I heard.
Oh, he's losing the tire.
Officer say shots fired on the scanner.
Yo, this one, the temperature is so high in this one. Subby, what's up?
It doesn't seem like it.
Like, for real, it's crazy.
But again, this started out in Lancaster. It was a pursuit of carjacking suspects. They took this vehicle from the rightful owner at gunpoint and fired at that person.
What the fuck?
Apparently may have just fired on officers.
5 stars off the bat. Yeah, exactly.
South of the Newhall Pass. Now, we're coming
Yo, Whimsical, what's up? Thank you.
They are being notified about what's going on so that they can come assist with things like traffic control. CHP is going to stay as the lead agency on this, so they're not going to ask.
This is not going to end well.
Going wrong way. Going wrong way here.
Okay.
Going southbound of the northbound lane.
Yo,
move out of the way,
Hunt, yo, thank you.
Out of the way.
Holy shit, this is so bad.
Wrong way here on the on-ramp. This, I believe, is going to be.
Yo, this is so bad.
Oxford, but it's going to be wrong way here on the 5 freeway.
Yo, Hunt, thank you so much. 200 bits.
Yeah, southbound 5 from Oxford. You can just make them out. They're pretty dark here.
Is this going to go on for much longer? I mean, you're on the wrong side of the freeway now.
Disabled. George, if we can move a little to the left.
They're going to, Wecco, I feel like you're right.
So there's a vehicle that was there. It was either disabled or it was waiting to
Is there any way we can get, like, a better angle?
But you see the door opening. This is really scary, knowing that these guys are armed. They might try to carjack this person.
Oh, they are trying to carjack.
Yeah, they may try to carjack that person.
Oh.
Thankfully, that person had
that didn't work?
Locked. Oh, my gosh. Praise Jesus on that one.
That didn't work. They're getting back in the car.
That person is okay.
Dude.
Obviously, probably really scared about what just happened there. This person is believed to be armed. 2 people in this vehicle believed to be armed and are trying to carjack people here.
This is so insane.
Freeway. Again, driving the wrong way on the northbound side of the freeway, headed southbound. kind of straddling the emergency lane there and the slow lane. And this is a big vehicle.
Yo,
folks.
I don't. Why did that person not get out of the car?
A Ford F-150.
Civilian must have been terrified. He's got. This guy was pointing a gun at him or not? I couldn't see.
And it was Lancaster sheriffs who were originally in pursuit.
This is a crazy chase. This is the second one today. It's been insane.
Made its way southbound on the 14, now southbound 5, and now northbound 5, but headed southbound in the northbound lanes. Hey, here comes
I mean, I feel like this is gonna end any second, but also, oh, they can't take this. No.
Please don't open the door. Please don't open the door. Yeah.
Oh.
Good move there. Good move. So this guy's back in the driver's side. Now, originally, what we heard was that there were 2 people in this vehicle. I haven't seen both at the same time, but
this is so out of control. It's like a fucking movie.
Is a male, and again, originally described originally.
They're gonna try this one too.
2 people in the car, and just keeps coming up.
Oh, he's crashed into it that time. Yeah, this is so crazy.
Because again, this guy has a gun.
He's getting out too. They're gonna steal this thing.
Just ran out. The driver said you can have
They're actually gonna steal this thing.
Gosh. Yeah,
do they know how to drive this? Dude, what? This is a crazy vehicle to steal.
So now the 2 suspects
it's an insane vehicle to steal.
Do they know how to drive a semi? We will find out because that is unknown at this time.
It does look like a fuel tanker.
It was a Ford. May have been a 250 or a 350. We're still
Who? What?
The rightful owner there of the semi. He's
what?
Trying to get out of the way so that he doesn't
Oh, this is so ridiculous.
The guy probably just
is this guy gonna try and stop him? Is this Good Samaritan right here? No.
I can only imagine how scared he is.
Dude, this is so fucked up.
He's taken away here with who knows what is in the back of this semi. Is it some sort of hazardous material? Don't know. If I can
it's definitely a hazardous material, Eliana.
Read it and figure out what may be inside. But again, now a stolen semi making its way northbound on the 5 freeway here through the San Fernando Valley, headed up into the Newhall Pass. Wow.
Yo, we need more people in here right now. I don't have enough viewers considering how crazy this is. I want more people to see this. Post it everywhere. Feel bad for the people who aren't here.
Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah, exactly. I want to see if I can see the stickers here on the back to figure out what may be in the back of this. Sometimes it's nothing hazardous. Sometimes it's water. Sometimes it's fuel. Sometimes
yeah, Gina, I've never seen that on a live. Wait, I don't think so.
If we can see the stickers, we will be able to differentiate what may be inside.
Eliana knows what this says.
As I look at the back of the truck, maybe we can figure it out.
She knows these.
Says got milk.
It's milk.
That's all I can read there.
There's no way it's milk. Is it milk?
I really can't see any other stickers.
Is it? Do they really transport milk like this?
But again, the original car was a Ford.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I had no idea that was how this worked.
Get around to the door. We'll try to read.
No way.
By any chance that says the name of the business. Sometimes it just says the DOT number, but maybe we can pull a phone number or something off the side.
What the fuck? There's no way.
Really scary moments here, folks. All unfolding live. Again, we heard that these suspects are armed.
And Gina, what's up?
As he made his way through the Newhall Pass, I did hear officers say that the suspects had fired shots at them, which tells us that they still have the gun on them, and clearly they were able to carjack this vehicle from.
It's so crazy. How they can drive this thing straight, but if they just keep like fucking around like this, I feel like it'll go bad. Do not get off the freeway. Are they changing over right now? They're gonna stay on, right?
Complied, he got out.
They cannot get off the freeway with this thing, right? How are you going to control it?
Second vehicle that is carjacked here during the course of this pursuit. And again, we'll see if
Ulu Michael, welcome.
what may be in this vehicle.
Crest 2P, what's up? In Death, how's it going? Alex, how's it going? This is the craziest one you've ever seen. This is getting up there for me, too. This is one of the craziest already. Maybe they do know how to drive it. Maybe they do.
So going on the 14, George.
Winnie, what's up? How much do we think gas is in this thing? Is a good question. Where are the other news stations? Right, they got to be on it by now.
In the back of that
CBS one won't work for me.
It may possibly be milk.
It might be milk. If it's milk, that's hilarious, actually.
Committed to the 14 North, which is the way this pursuit began. It was on the 14 up in Lancaster, made its way southbound into the Newhall Pass. When he
I love Eliana, but I just want backups here. You know.
He had already lost one tire and then decided to switch vehicles.
Yeah, okay. They're on it on Fox and CBS. Let's see if I can get it to work.
That has been taken during the course of this
Yeah,
pursuit.
all right. We got an alternate view, at least.
At that driver, and now this vehicle taken at gunpoint. I didn't see anything brandished in this case, but we don't know really what happened inside of that cab of that vehicle when this
Creep Factor, welcome.
Taken, but of course, really scary.
Hey, it's Adrian. What's up? 175 gallons of diesel, 5 miles per gallon. Okay. I mean, they got to hope that the reason this guy was coming onto the freeway is because he got off to get gas, right? It's reasonable to think that this is a full tank of gas. It's reasonable.
HP units are just getting to the first vehicle that was.
What happened before the truck jacking? They carjacked someone at gunpoint to begin this chase. So before the news got there, before the police were on them, that's how it started.
Looks like we're northbound 5.
Civilian interaction. Oh, I guess you're right.
So he had the option of going northbound 14, and originally it did seem like he was kind of set up to go that way, but now looks like we are going northbound 5 here through the truck lanes. So there's no units directly behind him right now. If there were CHP units behind him, you got to think about the fact that there's not a
420 cows.
In this case.
Oh yeah, by the way, Jenny's right. I got a new channel points icon. I changed that today.
Pursuit intervention tactics like a pit maneuver or a spike strip, they really just don't come into play in this situation. They can set up spike strips. They can set up spike strips all they want, but it's going to be a long time before this vehicle becomes disabled because of it. I've covered semi-pursuits like this before. It literally went 12 hours because there's so many tires. It took forever to deflate all of those tires, and it was a chase that we covered all through, I think, Ventura and LA County. Eventually ended up in Orange County the next day, and that driver finally gave up that day.
Where is Gina? She was here a minute ago.
Where you can basically say that's never going to happen.
All right, I think we're going to hit the 15 minutes.
Just will not be able to be pitted or even budge in any way. Yeah.
This could be a long chase.
A little closer, George.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, because you would think they would just drive this thing until it can't, right? But they will get out of the news. We will not be able to watch this forever. They will just run away from wherever the fuck the news can possibly go. Thomas Young, what's up?
So we're getting a little bit closer here.
Are they on the 5 or the 14? Hold on. It looks like they're on the 5.
It's been a tough one to keep up with. Lots of airships overhead.
I can switch us if it takes too long for her to find it.
Here. You may be exiting, George, just on the other side of these hills.
No. It's not exiting.
Approaching Calgrove.
Really? No. No.
Exiting Calgrove.
What? No. Hold on. We got to switch. I think this might be a little behind, but I want to know what they're talking about. If they can keep up with it closer here.
There he goes under the freeway. So we're at Calgrove, folks.
He's under the freeway. Yo, guys, I'm sorry I'm taking us back in time right now. But I think we're going to get better. Eliana can't even really see what's going on.
But yeah, the speeds at this point is
so let's see it from this angle.
Here at Calgrove. Looks like we might be getting off at Calgrove. Now this is going to take it down on the surface streets And this completely changes the dynamic of this pursuit.
PK, what's up?
I mean, I know police, the sheriffs. As a matter of fact, I did one at the sheriff's driving facility out there in
Eliana has a shot now. Yeah, I see that, but I want to. Now we're back in time.
They train to pursue a vehicle like this big, and do they do anything differently?
They're able to just make a turn here.
Not any
Yo, I don't think
have we talked about.
I don't think I'm just going to drive this thing and suddenly just make a turn like that and just be like, yeah, whatever. Like, they didn't even slow down. You know?
It's just, you know,
like going on the freeway again.
Okay. You here, getting back on the freeway. You have to flex with what you have. As a police officer, you must adapt to what's going on in front of you. If you're chasing a small vehicle, high rate of speed, or if you're chasing a vehicle,
okay, I think I'll switch us back.
Rates of speed. You do what you can to maintain the safety on the road for the public that's around them. You try not to do anything that's going to cause it to become a bigger deal.
Okay, they were able to continue on from there, but then
the prediction, right? I'll do that real quick.
Semi-truck, this big rig here, wasn't as lucky. The suspects crashed into the front of his car and then basically commandeered it, took it over.
Pretty much everyone said yes.
The driver, thankfully, was able to get out. He was fine. But the first person who was carjacked, he was shot at. So at this point, we don't know how that person is doing. So I know it's somewhat convoluted here, but again, second vehicle that has been taken during this pursuit. Both have been carjacked.
30-minute one up. And what's up, PK and Wonderfinger? Yeah, it's the 5 in
so we're just getting ready here for the
Southern California.
11 o'clock, guys. So I'm just taking care of a few little housekeeping issues here, but the pursuit continues here now on the 5 freeway, continuing south into the Newhall Pass. Hey there, Booth. I got you there. Go ahead.
Hey, I got you there. Analytic, welcome.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And now, real quickly, I'm just going to say a few words for our sister station, Telemundo, right before we start our coverage here on the NBC4 News.
Like, where are the cops at now?
The pursuit continues to make its way here southbound on the 5 freeway into the Newhall Pass. Buenas noches desde el helicóptero. Yo soy Eliana Moreno reportando sobre una persecución policíaca que se encuentra ahora en la autopista 5 en dirección sur.
Like, they're hanging way back now, right?
5 y 14 aquí en el área de Newhall. Estamos a punto de entrar al Valle de San Fernando y ese es un vehículo robado, un camión que fue robado.
He's taking the milk to Mexico, I guess so. Shit's about to get exported.
Robado durante esta persecución, porque esta persecución inicialmente empezó en la ciudad de Lancaster, donde los dos sospechosos armados se robaron una camioneta, una Ford 150 o 250 y le dispararon al dueño de esa camioneta.
Hey, Rin, welcome.
Se desconoce si esa persona fue herida, pero la persecución continuó en la autopista 14 a la dirección sur. Después
yeah, PK, you're right, but like earlier in this chase before you got here, they were behind them when they were in a pickup truck and they shot at the cops. Supposedly they shot at the police. And then the police kept following. And it was like, can you guys just... There they are. Where is the truck? Where is the truck? What happened? What happened, Eliana? Okay, here we go. Whoa, that's close. Whoa, whoa, they're close.
Back with you guys here in English. I was just saying a few words there for our sister station, Telemundo, right before we start our coverage here on the NBC4 News at 11 o'clock. Again, the vehicle is making its way through the Newhall Pass. We're southbound on the 5. So let's see if we continue south 5. We've been here before. This is where, very close to where they actually stole this big rig.
Is that an oil tanker? Bill, we think it might actually be milk.
And, it was a Ford... either a 250 or a 350 they had originally taken. It lost a tire.
It says milk on the back of it.
Ending up in this one. Now, again, at this point, we don't know for sure what may be in that tank. We
Eliana
think it
saying
might
the same thing.
possibly be milk. And whether it's empty or full, that is, of course, unknown to us at this time. If I can get that information across the scanner at some point, I will let you know. But for
Yeah,
now,
the truck
pursuit
drivers can
continues here
talk to each
southbound on
other,
the
so they
5
must be talking about this, right? This must be a hot topic right now. JT, 30 minutes? No, we're about 20 minutes into it. As the news got there about 20 minutes ago. This is the second vehicle that they have stolen. So at this point, they stole this big rig on television. It was insane. And they're driving it like pretty well. They managed to get off the freeway and turn around and go the other way.
Empty? Okay, great.
Like maybe they know what they're doing. Yo, Hentai, welcome.
So we just got an answer to the question I was just asking about what may be in the back of this.
Yeah, the cops were on a
big
different
rig.
road.
The CHP is talking to the
right.
driver, and the driver is saying it's empty. So
It's
some good news.
empty.
amongst all of the horrible stuff that has been going on during this pursuit.
Okay, interesting. Wacko says
big rig is believed to be empty.
it is a milk truck. Milk trucks are smaller around diameter than fuel trucks, and they have a chrome tank instead of flat metal. So it's a milk one that's empty. Yo, KDL, welcome. This is literally the craziest chase in at least this year, probably last year. This one is like the craziest one I've seen in years. It's less stable and empty? Yeah, maybe, or maybe, yeah, I don't know what to think about that.
Okay, so you see the
Did anybody here
CHP
drive
there
one of these
behind
things
him,
before?
But not right on his tail. They are giving him a little bit in the way of room. Now through here.
What's up,
let's see,
Shate?
we do have
They stole this at gunpoint. 2 guys are in
more
it.
units joining here in the pursuit. So more CHP.
Tony, you're going out there?
Joining the pursuit.
Are you serious? Does it have gasoline? Yo, they stole
Hey
it
there, Booth, I got you.
from the driver as he was getting on the freeway.
Hey guys,
So I
got
think it's
you.
possible that the tank is full.
When we start the show, guys, we're probably going to be in Silmar because we're right at the 5 and the 405.
Guns involved, yeah, and they apparently shot at a cop.
South 5.
They shot at the person they stole their truck from. They shot at the cop supposedly, and they
So
jacked
through
this
here
thing
you
at
have two regular
gunpoint.
lanes and the diamond lane, the carpool lane here.
Oh, Sam, what's up?
And a
Welcome.
big rig here with what we believe are 2 people inside. The rightful owner here.
They
of the
switched
truck,
cars
the
just before the
driver, he was,
15-minute mark? Okay.
Taken out of the vehicle in the area of the 5 freeway in Roxford by these 2 armed suspects. Now,
Aaron Printer and Twitch, you'll
they
see a
originally
white
took
Honda
a,
Pilot. All
Ford
right, hell
truck
yeah.
from
Send them to me,
Lancaster,
Tony. I'm
and they took
excited.
this big rig here from the Silmar area. And again, we're about 1 minute out here from the
Tony's on his Nightcrawler arc. He sent us a video before from the ground.
Chase continues in the Mission Hills area, entering Silmar.
Gas tanker, milk tanker, Vic, but it's empty. So what's up? How you doing? They could drive it to the next state. Maybe if he actually just filled this thing up with diesel. The cops are really on them now. I don't know what difference it makes. You can see the gun flash when they shoot it. Okay. Okay. I missed it, but I know that you saw it. Can we get a bingo? Maybe? What would we need? We have 3 cops here. I don't know about 5.
Yeah.
There's 4. At least 4. There's got to be 5, right? Is he shooting again? I don't think he's shooting now.
A really scary police pursuit, and now it's in a very heavy vehicle that really gives CHP officers
We got 5
very
cops.
little options when it comes
I
to
haven't
pursuit
seen 5, but yeah,
tactics.
probably.
Now this started in Lancaster. We're all the way in the San Fernando Valley now here, making our way southbound on the 5 freeway. But this started in Lancaster.
You need to put on the bingo card if somebody's on the ground and send you a video. Yo, that's better than a bingo.
We're still in that other vehicle. It was a Ford truck, believed to be either a
no,
250 or a 350, so a larger Ford truck. They took that vehicle at gunpoint from the
I
white
trust you not to do this shit. This is why I love Eliana and NBC, is because they don't do this. They don't do the replay. But hey, we'll watch the replay. Everyone who just got here, here's the update.
They hit a spike strip in the Newhall area and lost a tire. And that's
Yo,
when
Nest,
things
welcome.
got really scary when those 2 suspects in the Ford pickup got out of the car and then stole this big rig. Now again, you'll remember they're armed, so whatever the rightful driver of this vehicle saw,
They attempted to jack this one. They attempted to get this car first, failed, and then they attempted another big rig, and then they finally got one. They finally got one.
The person who got out of the big rig. Now, earlier, Ileana, we saw
I wish they wouldn't just show a replay of this entire thing, though. I'm going to the other channel. I mean, do you guys really want to see this? Are there enough of you here that really want to see the replay?
Yeah, we actually saw them try to carjack 2 other vehicles before this one. They first tried to carjack a small little white car. That person thankfully had their doors locked.
Okay, I'll stay here.
Did not let them in. So then they moved on to the next vehicle, which was a big rig. That big rig driver was able to drive out of the way and
react to soundless clips. All right, maybe.
But for this driver, things were a little different because they crashed the Ford truck into the front of the
They're just
big rig.
literally replaying this entire thing from before the point they got the truck. It's a little annoying.
No, they pulled open the doors of this semi, pulled him out, jumped in, and took off.
All right, and we understand the chase is now going into the Pacoima area on the I-5. And Eliana, you were talking earlier about although the big rig may not be able to travel at high speeds, it is much more difficult to stop, is it not?
There's very little that CHP can do in terms of pursuit intervention tactics, the ones we normally talk about, things like a pit maneuver or a spike strip. Now,
yeah, Bill, replays blow. I'm tired of this shit already.
That would never work on a vehicle of this size. Could they try a spike strip?
I'll just stick here until you guys see that this truck backs up. But then they go to another truck, and as you're about to see it, they're just playing this in its entirety rather than skipping to the point that you actually want to see.
Under very similar circumstances where it took 12 hours.
So they get out, and this guy gets out of the truck and lets them take it. So the police have talked to this guy, and supposedly he says that it's empty. So this guy was here. He just got the fuck out of there. He had some self-preservation.
Right, as we continue to watch this chase, Ted, that started in Lancaster.
So there you go.
Really
that's the replay. I want to cut out of here. I don't want to watch replay. So we're gonna switch to this station for now. Why can't I hear the audio? Is it gone? It's gone. Okay. I need to get on the CBS website, but I think I need to open a different browser. I don't know why their shit doesn't work on Chrome right now. Sorry, guys. Eliana betrayed me.
The immediate area of that this specific part of the valley. I mean, we've seen Silmar.
God, the audio's really bad here, but
the San Fernando Valley. Obviously, you have Mission Hills, like other spots that are not too far away from each other. Yeah. So at one point, that big rig turning back around and getting into an area that at least
thank you for following
familiar to the suspects, or at least that was sort of the speculation from us and from Dave as well.
How are you still awake, man? I'm up late.
Suspects do tend to go back to areas they're familiar with, but obviously the extra
5+ cops. We saw them on this angle.
Is that they are not driving a pickup truck or a typical sedan. They're driving this milking truck.
And Dave, I'm curious, can you give us some insight here as to, the approach, again, for people who are just joining us? We saw them try to initially get into a smaller car. So at first I'm thinking like, well, maybe this was their plan all along to steal, a huge big rig.
Now they're doing replays. It's even worse.
I mean, here in the video we're showing you from earlier, you see that white.
We went over 30 minutes just now. Yeah, I got to do that.
They did eventually try.
I should have known better, man.
So truly, this
should have known that this channel would do even bigger replay. But it's a different angle, so
following this, I mean, are they trying to communicate with that suspect? Is that even possible as they're driving down the freeway in that big of a truck?
Okay, new prediction up.
Yeah, I'm curious. Have they reached out, maybe tracked down people that maybe know these two individuals based on the cars that they've either?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it an automatic? I would imagine it is, right?
Good point. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing.
All right, guys, I lose my mind over this stupid
we're not even looking at
replay
now,
shit.
Trying to run the vehicles and talk to the victims, see if there's some type of connection.
And now I just got too many streams open.
Fired. Like I said earlier.
Okay, we're going back to Eliana.
Which also brings in something totally odd. Is that how they? I mean, we're so used to seeing suspects with guns running up on a car.
In that area right now. And again, we believe it's two people who are in this semi. Now, we were trying to get a close look at this vehicle that they're driving. We saw it said, got milk on the back, but we understand, I believe authorities got information from the driver. There's nothing in that tank. So at least we know that that tank is empty right now. So one less thing for authorities to worry about as we continue to watch this tonight. Here at 7 minutes past 11, we've been following this since the news began on our streaming channels. Ileana was over it, and it just took our breath away when we saw the extreme measures that they would go to when we know they are armed, and then that driver of this vehicle was forced to get out, and he was just standing on the side of the road watching his truck that he was driving for his job just be taken by these people.
Yeah, a terrifying moment for that particular driver, and thankfully we believe that that driver is safe, that he was not hit and he was not shot at. We just got an update on the direction of this vehicle too. We mentioned
there's two sheriff's copters,
and we understand now he's on the 170 southbound, heading towards the San Fernando Valley. And
Jamie, what's
towards,
up?
Where we are,
and
Omer, City, toward North Hollywood.
How you doing, Cold Light? How you doing?
Soon be approaching the 101, we believe.
Yeah, and we know from past pursuits.
It has to be an automatic wacko. It has to be.
Really
but now we're getting more replays. Yo, this chase is replay classic. So like I get,
they have the airship up above,
I get it.
lighting it up. So definitely, they're not going to lose this driver. CHP officers.
The one that's not going to show us replays right now is Fox, but they're not having any audio. So that's
when they
not
decide
great.
That no, we're going to get off the road or run out of gas, whatever happens.
We'll listen to the audio from CBS.
It's into the driver's side of the big rig. It just didn't seem like there was any sense of cohesion, for lack of a better word, or some grand plan. It just
calm down. I was so mad.
Closest thing to them, and they said,
"All right, I'll calm down."
Jump into this big rig, and now they're caught in this situation where obviously it adds an extra level of danger because, as Hunter mentioned a few minutes ago, the sheriff's department confirmed that shots were fired earlier in this pursuit. So they're essentially down a path that is.
Tony says he drove for 20 minutes. He couldn't catch up because there was a police car that would not let us pass. That makes sense.
It's a matter of when, not if, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here we are. We're southbound to 170. I mean,
they want to stop you. I get it.
Boulevard. Wow. We're heading for downtown Los Angeles. That's going to be very interesting because there'll be a little bit.
The truck filled with bubble tea.
Sunday evening, but you talk about a high risk stop. It doesn't get any more risk than this here.
Yeah, Harry, there were shots fired. And there was this thing was stolen at gunpoint.
They're talking to the units up ahead, so they may be helping, trying to clear the traffic, maybe keeping cars from coming on.
You got to go to work, Subby. You just got to have this on. Just have your phone out while you're driving your forklift or whatever.
I mean, on a normal pursuit, you know, you have the primary
Call
unit,
in.
black and white, initially black and white. You have a backup, and then you have a supervisor, maybe one more. But because of the circumstances with this one being shots fired, armed suspects, there's no question about that now. You're going to have multi black and whites behind this thing. And one thing I always mention is that every agency would prefer to have their own officers involved in the post-incident when the vehicle comes to a stop, which eventually it is going to happen. This way you're all playing off the same rule book.
Roy Story, how you doing? This thing is this is a milk truck. Well, what is this? Universal?
So I mean that's why
it
we
is.
have a line
Okay.
of black and whites behind it.
Yeah. Dave, I'm curious, can you give perspective to viewers, you know, and to
Universal don't have the clout to get the no-fly zone like Disney does.
Seen something like this unfold in a chase in Los Angeles?
Well, Sean, they weren't close enough, I think. They stopped following that closely when he went. He was going the wrong way on the freeway. You remember? Like, the police weren't really going to follow him because he was going the wrong way on the freeway.
They just ran into him, but this, they didn't jump into it and steal it. I mean, this thing here.
TPA John, what's up?
No, not to this magnitude. That's what makes this so much more dangerous. I mean, we're talking 50 miles per hour. It's not very fast, but we're talking a big rig. And if it comes up to
I see what you're saying, Sean. Sorry, I misunderstood. Right, they let him out and didn't just shoot him. I don't know. Maybe they're not trying to kill anybody, but they didn't actually shoot the person they stole the truck from either. They fired a shot supposedly. They fired shots, but they haven't hit anybody yet.
Stick on this route, you're gonna end up in downtown LA, and of course on the way there, as we just passed Studio City, if you're in the Hollywood Hills, Universal City area, I mean, there it is. You see Universal right to your left there. If you continue to go south and toward downtown LA, obviously you pass the Hollywood Bowl. You're passing a lot of downtown traffic and people walking about, and something that large, obviously, in a way.
Do not get off the freeway and we'll drive through downtown.
It harder to move around. But then,
right?
Of course, the danger that we've been highlighting for so long now is that because it's a big rig, then you have to worry about so much more than you would in just a typical pursuit scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you mentioned, you're referring to, Gio, is that you get to the 4 level, you get to the split for the I-5 and the 10. I mean, those aren't real wide turns, but
right, I have no idea. Is there?
Around 60 miles per hour now. You know, there's some of those turns where even that would be a little.
Does anybody know the answer to that? Is there an emergency release thing for the thing in the back? Like, could they just theoretically just detach? I don't think so.
I just can't see that. I mean, unless these guys are just totally unaware of what downtown looks like, you're not going to pull off the freeway and start going up and down side streets.
I don't think so.
You know, that type of maneuvering.
And I think with any chase, obviously, the unpredictability
they
of
can?
what is going on
How?
in the minds of the people behind the wheel. That's always something that I'm sure law enforcement's trying to predict and get ahead of. But when we think of something like this, we just heard that the official name for this big rig that's driving down is a milk hauler. I mean, this is a very heavy piece of machinery that can carry up to 90,000 pounds of milk. That's just
90,000 pounds of milk? Can you give me that in gallons? Please give me that in gallons.
If they don't know where the traffic is or where the backups are as you get into those more populated areas. I mean, if you've got people.
Do they have devices that can disable this car remotely? I don't know. I mean,
call them and tell them to get
I don't know what these trucks are like.
Just to be safe, because there are just so many possibilities here of this being able to go very horribly wrong very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we talk about
driver has to pull a release lever and lower the trailer's landing gear. Right. Has to be out of the truck.
Now they look in the rearview mirrors. They see, I don't know, about 5, 6 black and white lights and sirens going. Their adrenaline's pumping. I mean, they are trying to get away.
They're seeing thousands of pounds of milk.
The law enforcement, on the other hand, yeah, your adrenaline's pumping because you got a bad guy that you're going after. But we train so much that law enforcement, they know how to.
Yeah, a ton is 2,000 pounds.
Adrenaline. You know, they got a plan. They're talking right now about what will happen at the end of this thing, how to deploy. So it's.
Yeah, the end of this thing is not something I'm really looking forward to seeing.
And the other thing, I just can't see him
60 or 6,000 to 8,000 gallons of milk, Jenny asked ChatGPT.
Now we're past the 30-minute
There's
mark of
fucking
when we first
8,000
spoke, and
gallons
obviously
of
it was
milk.
going on for more than just these last 30
11,000 gallons,
But in the
Hunt says.
biggest chunk of time
11,000
that we've
gallons of
maintained
milk
on
is
this
even
since
crazier.
Jumping into that big rig, there has been no attempt from these suspects to do exactly what led them to that big rig to begin with, that milk hauler, in that they were trying to jump into any different sort of vehicle.
Good point. They haven't tried to change strategies here.
No, it's just maintaining this exact path, or maybe not the exact
Well,
path,
here,
but
guys,
just, I mean, their
their truck had a flat tire. They hit a spike strip supposedly. So their truck had a flat tire. They needed to switch vehicles, basically. Maybe if it's a company truck with GPS, right? TPA, John, I would think if there's got to be some trucks that can be shut down remotely, right? But who knows, like who owns this, what kind of technology it has. We need an interview with the dude who got out of the truck. We need an interview with the guy who was driving the truck.
But even then, by the time they get on the brakes and they slow that thing down, they're going to have black and white surrounding them from the backside, you know, facing forward. So it just, I'm sure they're.
It's empty. Yeah, it's empty right now.
As to how they're going to get away when they do stop, because I'm sure with their desperation, and obviously they.
Camille, what's up?
They're just trying to decide right now. I mean, that's just me.
This truck is probably not the best strategy, but limit top speeds. Yeah, maybe.
Law enforcement in this particular
where the
case,
fuck
in
is
the sense
Milky?
of, okay, they're in this big rig at this point, given the established precedent of the last 25 to 30 minutes, and no attempt
New
to
user,
get
what's
off
up?
of an exit or try to maneuver
Yeah,
this
hey,
thing
if you guys are on
side streets,
YouTube,
regular roads,
hit the like
now
button.
you've
Did my thing
removed
pop
a
up?
couple
Did it
of
work?
extra variables in this
Does
pursuit,
it
so
keep
you've
popping
narrowed
up?
the focus
Yeah,
to,
there it is.
okay, it seems like they're just going to stick
There we
it
go.
here,
There we go.
and they're
Hit the
running
like
out of
button.
options, so it gives the upper hand, at least in some sense, to law enforcement right now.
Yeah, we're coming up on the split here. I mean, we're coming up on the 4 level. We're going to pass that up, and then where they're going to choose. You're going to go left, and you're going to take the 10. You're going to come out eastbound, or you're going to take the. You're going to make a right. You're going to veer to the right, and then grab the 5 or the 6C.
Yeah.
It's right now they're kind of hanging to the left, which tells me that they may end up staying on the 10. They're going to get on the 10 freeway. Stay on the 10.
And if we want to, just kind of reiterate to those who maybe are just now watching us, this all started, the sheriff's office says, with a shots fired during a carjacking. So again, elevating the situation, the seriousness, the severity. But this has been going on for quite some time. We're watching again as it enters the Westlake area, getting into those more populated regions. But it does appear, I mean, CHP, whatever those agencies are that are following, they are staying, pretty close to this big rig, to this milk.
The NBC production of this tonight is crazy. Like they're just doing it up differently than usual. I don't know. This is a much better presentation for my purposes.
I just don't get it. I mean, they're in this big rig. They got into the worst type of vehicle to get in a pursuit. You're not going to lose it. It can, like I said earlier, it's not going to get off the freeway, make a right, left, right, and then they take off on.
Oh, where is he going right now?
Ain't going to happen. So here we are, right?
We need Tony on the ground. Tony tried, man. Anton, Tony tried. He couldn't make it all the way there. Did he learn how to drive that today? Like a good question. What the fuck? How does this guy just know how to drive this?
From this equation, if this was a standard pursuit, you have carjacking suspects where shots have been.
Yo, probably World War III. What's up? Wonder what his plan is, right, Jenny? There can't be a plan here. All right, so. If you, all right, so they chose to carjack a semi-truck. You can't just lose the cops with this vehicle. If you stole that little white car, you got a chance. You really got a chance. This thing, there's no chance.
But now, because of
there's
this
no
situation, it's
chance.
forced really all parties in this case, as it looks like it's almost veering over to the 10, though hard to tell there.
So I think that was kind of a mistake on their part
you're in this situation
to take this vehicle. Like, dude, you cannot get away from them with this. You can't go fast enough. You can't just like blend into anything.
You know, well for them.
It just seems like a real miscalculation. Unless there's no intention on getting away, which it seems like that's.
Yeah, so now they're going to be heading down to San Pedro. I thought they would pass that up. But
San Pedro, that's on a Ringo car.
On the inside, and they veered way off to the right side where that black and white was actually there. I don't even think they knew that. What was going on?
It's possible we get a bingo.
Now we're southbound to 110.
I've not heard anyone speculate on the gas thing yet.
This too, as we're zooming out a bit, you could see just.
I've not heard anyone speculate on that yet.
Staying at least within the area, within the range, getting ready for anything. I mean, talk about again the expertise that I would assume somebody would have to be able to know how to drive this big rig, to know how to maneuver whether or not they've gotten off the freeway. You know, we only saw that one turnaround very early on in the chase. But I mean, Dave, what?
Kuda, what's up? You could add passenger exits, I guess so. It's not really in the spirit of it, but yeah, they both exited.
I mean, right from the get-go, and it was
45 minutes has passed. Good call.
And there was no hesitation, and they just got the speed going, and they kept
Everyone keeps saying yes.
Yeah, and in terms of
so how much are you guys really racking up?
It's also worth mentioning that when we first broke into
there was only 1,000 points to go around to all 8 people.
We've gone all the way to the 110 south, and
okay,
you know,
we'll start
we're
again.
Union at this point. I mean, it's been wide-ranging. It's been equal parts, you know, slow at certain points because of just the sheer size of the vehicle, and then upwards to 70, 80 miles an hour.
1K points gone.
2 suspects that just jumped in with no hesitation into a gigantic truck and are now maneuvering it through the freeways. And at least the fortunate part is that you don't see a lot of cars, and that goes back to your earlier point, Dave, about how you see law enforcement jumping behind and at least being an alert system for any other sort of driver on the road to say, hey, keep an eye out for this because we're in the middle of this pursuit. It's incredibly
You can hear the choppers now?
know that this is not just your typical big rig truck that's on the highway right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess we're not going to go to San Pedro. It looks like we're going to either go Venice or we're going to head east. Let's see what he does here. I think he's veering more to the left, so I think he is going to head eastbound on the.
They're on a surface street now. What? We're going to find out a little bit more about how well they can drive this thing, right? Are they planning to get on a different freeway? Do they know where they are?
They can't predict where these guys are going, and so that just adds yet another element of unpredictability.
Especially because now, you know, when we...
How well do they know this area?
When the truck started turning around and going back sort of where we started this whole situation, we assumed
that prediction, I think that this looking like more you should have points on no at this point.
You know, these vehicles,
thank you for following.
Get in the vehicles, drive back to an area, and in some cases even jump out and get into a different vehicle that a friend or somebody else was waiting for them, and
they're in downtown.
Going 30 miles an hour.
Yo, this doesn't look good to me.
On surface streets that they know very well, burning through red lights. Except now in this case,
doesn't look good to me. But maybe they can get on the freeway over here or somewhere. Where's the freeway entrance?
And now it's been so wide and so vast that it's now turning into sort of a war of attrition.
It's not thinking clearly. I think you're right.
Really, the who, we know who. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, they're sticking to the big streets. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. I'm not.
Oh boy.
Remember, I'm about 12 seconds, 13 seconds behind you folks. So I'm kind of late on my calls.
Snoop Dogg Strip Club.
Going through. I mean, this looks like surface streets.
This is definitely service streets. Where
green lights or what, you know,
Go Young, yes. Actually, there's nothing in the tank.
Yeah, on Hill Street and
it's empty.
And 18th Street, and we're just sort of keeping an eye on it. Where the good news is the speeds have slowed down to under 30 miles an hour, but this is what we've been talking
easy to spike their tires here, I guess. I mean, it takes a lot of time to get ready, but yeah,
it's going in a straight line right now, and I have to imagine it's because they're worried about making.
This is not a difficult vehicle to spike strip if they can get in position.
City to the points where you know, it's okay, now we got to make this turn at 10 miles an hour because you don't
Right.
really have any other option. And I'm wondering if maybe they're trying to find a way
going
back on the
pretty
highway.
fast on this
I don't know if
street.
this was a mistake or not,
For
but this is the
this is
situation we're in right
insane.
now, and you see cruisers on the other end.
I was about to say, this is kind of tying together, Dave, as you catch up to kind of where we are right now. I mean, watching them kind of weave through these streets.
Can you spike strip a big rig? Yeah.
That could potentially be
I don't know that they
harm's
try
way
that
as
usually,
we,
but
kind of
yeah.
watch them make their next move, so to speak. But this also kind of seems like the perfect opportunity
Running into
for
the
law
truck
enforcement to really
early.
get a feel and a sense for just how
Count as
desperate they
stationary
are. They are
object.
looking for an
Oh.
opportunity to carjack and
Yeah,
take
or
this
I mean,
in
I guess you could call it traffic collision.
size vehicle as
I think
they,
it's more
you
of a
know,
traffic
progress, but,
collision.
I mean, they're staying here going now 50 miles an hour.
Let's
through
call it
another
that.
intersection, looking like they're heading through downtown.
At the least, just based on what we're seeing.
Or should I
right
call
now,
it stationary
these
object
other
just for the
cars
sake
that
of
are
us
on the
trying to
street
get the
are at
bingo?
least noticing what's going on. They're either noticing the chopper overhead with the spotlight, or they're noticing law enforcement with their lights on, and they're getting out of the way pretty quickly, and there doesn't seem to be too much of a concern. You see that car there, it's stopped, it's ready to go. So there's at least some good news in the sense that there's not
People
really
are
a lot
aware,
of
yeah.
cars or people really in the way here, and not noticing a lot of pedestrians on the streets, because that's what we've been most worried about so far in just the last few minutes as they get on this road here. They're on South Los Angeles.
The truck
and East
was
9th Street
stopped.
in downtown.
I mean, Dave, are you shocked to see them off the freeway here? I mean, is this something that, yeah, I guess, again, unpredictable is the way to describe it.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, I didn't think they would do that, but I think, I think you had to call it Hunter. I think you said it was by accident. I think that's what
How has
happened here. I
nobody
think
called
they
the
just
out
went
of gas thing
on a
yet?
loop,
We
and they just
speculated
jumped
about that
them on
right
all
away.
Street southbound, and as soon as they got to a big intersection where they can make a eastbound turn,
Can you believe this?
Make the turn.
I
and
thought,
do
well,
so,
it's a semi truck. There's no
now
way they're
they're
gonna take this
stuck in a
into downtown, and
neighborhood with
here
a
we
big
are.
rig.
I mean, this,
And
the
they slowed
size of
down.
it, too. I mean, talk about, again, the towing and the
One could be
capacity
Bonnie,
here
one could be a
of vehicle
Clyde.
like this. I mean, what's going through law enforcement's head right now as they're watching this unfold?
Can we just get this guy out of downtown?
It's kind of like you just keep the thing lit up. You keep the black and white.
No, I gotta start looking at all these other news stations, see who's got it, who's in the right place.
Communications going with all the agencies with LAPD and just saying, hey, listen,
Okay.
where it's at.
Okay,
They know
okay,
where
okay.
it's at. So they're going to be on the peripheral.
They're getting
of it in
back
case it turns into a
on the
foot
freeway, it
pursuit.
looks like.
And then the air unit with the.
This is live on NBC.
Suspects. They found a gun in one of the vehicles, so we know they don't have possession of at least one of their firearms. But we do believe them to be armed right now.
Oh,
they
they had their car was they had a
and-
gun in the truck. Okay, why is this lagging?
Eliana, I had
Okay.
you in my head. I was thinking, you always say it's better to be on the freeway and not on these side streets because it
What
gets so
happened
dangerous.
there?
And we did see people out walking around, and I just have to
What
wonder what they
happened
think
there?
with a semi going
Were
by
we
them.
like back in time?
Yeah, absolutely. And
I think we
it
were.
really does make things more
I took us
dangerous.
back in time with that one. Here we go. This is live. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I mean, that's.
He's done this before.
Yes, there you go. That was a good point. Yeah. It's he's driving that like he's been doing it quite a while.
They left a gun in the
right
car,
now, you know,
apparently.
normally
At
in
least
these
one gun.
situations Where when you're on surface streets like this, you see suspects tend to try to find whether it's a garage or it's an alleyway.
You sent me
or
a
something
screenshot of
else
them
where they
leaving the
can
gun?
Sort of dump the vehicle and then take off on foot. That is essentially impossible with
not gonna
with
work.
this big rig. So now you're caught in this situation.
Is that a one-way? Yo, it is. He's going the wrong way on a
Keep going
one-way.
on surface streets and until they either find their way back onto the freeway or otherwise decide that maybe this is
Okay.
a location where we can dump this truck and attempt to
Yeah.
have
Yo,
a run
Roy,
for
what's
it. But
up?
what makes it extra difficult on top of the fact that law enforcement has been on top of this
Yeah.
for a long time now as we're trying to reestablish
Went into the
our
Third
We're gonna
Street
get a
tunnel,
bingo if one of these
which is
people
why
would
we
just
didn't
start
see
talking
him.
about the
So
gas
did
for a
he
second.
Stop? Is that where they made
I can't
that
believe
move to
nobody's
get out?
mentioned
Again,
it.
We have to reiterate, we're tracking two suspects right now. This is not just the driver.
He's passing
This
Nest
is
place.
Also, the passenger.
Nest,
as,
what
we
the
look
fuck?
at, you know, where
Are you
exactly
still
they were,
here?
that Third Street. There we go.
And there it is.
Yeah.
We need a
you know,
picture at
it's-
least.
It's a situation where, you know, and you see those wide turns. I mean,
No,
it
he's
is
not near
an
Ness
easy
yet,
thing,
right?
to maneuver in this situation where now,
What does bingo ain't
what I was trying
nothing?
to say is that you get these vehicles.
Just you'll see when it happens.
Okay, maybe they find an alley, or maybe they find this situation and get out, but that's a lot harder.
Assuming it happens here, we were so close.
Capacity versus any other scenario where we're covering a pursuit.
Dave, if he would have to stop, like let's say he comes up to a red light like we, seen here, obviously not going as fast as he was on the freeway, but I mean, it's still not easy to stop.
I'm taking a
that big
corner
of a
here.
Truck, especially,
This guy can
assuming
drive
that
this
it's
thing.
not empty. There
Like
could
for
be up
real.
to, I think 60,000 pounds is what we read earlier.
He can
for
actually
a bill
drive
caller,
this.
90,000 pounds. I mean, this could be a potentially dangerous situation if it would need to come to an immediate stop.
Yeah, we lucked out.
Some crazy reason the CBS one, which is the same feed as this one, is behind this one. So the audio we're listening to
Doesn't matter, but now, there we go, speeding up just past 10 miles an hour. But again, not going very fast right now. And a lot of this does have to do with there's a lot more congestion.
Can they get in a better position real quick,
right?
please?
Because then it's the added element of having to drive a vehicle of this size and move it around these very tight areas and windows with law enforcement in pursuit on top of every other car there, which is such a massive concern. You hold your breath.
As soon as I look at one of them, they have a better angle, and then a minute later they don't.
It's happening at this hour of the night where not as many people would be out and about late
with these
Sunday
with these buildings around. It's just not good.
In downtown, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at that point,
Arab
we're
Prince,
very
what's
lucky
up?
Because,
Yo, thank
Sunday
you.
Evening, yeah, you don't see many people out. Most of the businesses are closed. The games are over. Everybody's cleared out.
14 months is a long time.
Right now, I mean,
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this guy's lost because he's gotten deeper. He is not in freeway-friendly area.
New bingo
right
item
now.
one wrong way and a one way. I usually count that.
Feeling his way around.
I think that's what I counted. I made it Euro time already on this one, and
in desperation right now.
Right? Or did I not do it yet? Okay.
And it's kind of tough for the air unit to kind of like stay on top of that because I just worry about maybe the passenger taking, making a right turn, and then he bails out and he takes off running, and we end up losing him. But,
good point. Yeah, if they're strategizing
You're
right
with
now.
Tony,
I mean,
Arab Prince?
obviously, this driver has no concern for what side of the street they're driving on. I mean, we've watched them as they've kind of weaved through traffic, obviously, through those intersections, but also they've not stayed,
Tony said that.
on the side of the road that they should be.
It's your older brother.
That
shit, that's cool.
desperation word is really what kind of keeps coming
Thanks,
back
both
up
of you.
in a situation like this, but just a wild seeing that this has stayed in the downtown area as long as it has, have to think that these people are lost.
Right, get the fuck out of the downtown area, man. You're killing me. We can't watch the chase.
Or they would have already.
Liked it way better
I just
before.
cannot imagine this being an
It's a little better right now.
decision for
No,
them.
especially considering that it's been, you sort of lose track of time a little bit with the sort of monotony, for lack of a better word, of the repeated left turns, right turns.
They lost it.
At a couple of times here, making his way through downtown Los Angeles. But continuing on Figueroa, and of course Figueroa is the major street here that runs adjacent to the 110 freeway. It's where you have all of these major landmarks like the Crypto.com
Like, seriously,
Marina,
they
which we're
lost
just
it on the other
passing by.
channel.
We of course have the convention center just south
Oh,
of that.
they found it again.
So if he continues in this general direction, it will get him down to the 10 freeway. He can get back on the freeway there.
He should get back on the freeway, dude.
He ever got off the freeway
It's
to begin
insane,
with,
though.
but he was
He's
on
been-
that
he's
10
been
freeway.
driving
That's
here
where
for
he
like 15
exited, but he may be
minutes.
trying to work his way back.
It's going on a long
It's so
time
crazy.
now.
This all started in Lancaster. You picked it up at what time, Eliana?
We picked it up. It was around, it was around like 10 o'clock at that point, just a little bit
you're
after
right,
10 or
Shinji.
so. And we heard it coming down the 14.
Arab
out of
Prince, that's cool, though. You guys tried.
Originally, it was Lancaster Sheriff's in pursuit of the original vehicle, that Ford truck.
You must live in that
Lancaster
area.
Sheriff's, then handed it off to the CHP when it got on the freeway. It made its way southbound on the 14 to the southbound 5. We picked it up when it was still southbound on the 14, and we
Good
were
point,
overhead
Roy.
when the carjacking of
Where's
this vehicle
Spider-Man?
took place. And I can tell you, it was very scary because we knew that they were armed. We knew that they were willing to use that weapon.
Okay,
They
now
had
what?
used it on
Yo,
the
where
first
are you
carjacking
going?
That they had done, and apparently they had even fired at an officer during
At
the
this
course of
point,
the pursuit.
where
So
are you
we knew that
going?
these were two very dangerous suspects who were really going to do anything that they needed to do to get away. And what they decided to do was to steal this big rig. Thankfully, there's nothing in the back of the big rig, but still a really scary situation to know that these guys, who may have nothing to lose at this point, are driving a very dangerous vehicle.
And you witnessed, Eliana, one of those frightening moments when one of the suspects, at least one of the suspects, confronted the driver, or maybe more than one driver of a big rig, and that driver wisely decided to withdraw and not try to stay
Freeway
in his
isn't
truck.
going to help you get away. Yeah, I mean, they're screwed either
when
way.
the driver
here.
was scared away by
There's
the
a freeway
suspects.
entrance there. I don't know if they're are they going to it?
He initially tried to carjack a small little white
I mean,
vehicle.
the freeway was
Thankfully,
right
that
there.
person
They just went
had,
under it.
His or her windows.
So
and
how do
doors
you
closed,
get
so they weren't
to
able
it?
to get access to the car. So they moved on. They moved on to another big rig.
This person
but that
really
big rig
knows how to drive
driver
this
just
thing.
bolted out of
Like,
there,
what are the
wanted nothing
odds
to do with
that
it.
they
But this
know how to
guy, or the
drive
original
this
driver
vehicle?
Of this big rig, it was a little bit of a different situation for him because the suspects crashed into him with that
Okay, we
original,
made it for an
stolen,
hour on
Ford,
this
pickup
chase.
truck. So that was really their ruse to get into the cab of the vehicle, pull the driver out, and then take the car. Now, at that
I didn't
point,
think it
we
would
don't
last
know if they
15
were still
minutes.
armed
I didn't think it would
because
last an
there was
hour.
a gun
So
recovered from the Ford truck.
once again,
But
I
what we
can't
don't
imagine
know
this going
is,
on for
did they
another
only
15
have that
minutes,
one gun,
but
or is there still a gun on board of this vehicle? Because again,
Oh,
there's
get
two
outta here.
people inside of the cab of this big rig.
Okay,
This
so that
fucking
is
thing.
how the CHP has to proceed, not knowing they have to consider that they are armed and dangerous right now, and they are continuing.
Since
to be
when do we
dangerous
have
just
graphics on
driving
the screen
these
like
streets.
this?
I just cannot believe they got off the freeway and they're continuing to try to maneuver through these
How's
streets
that feel, George?
and make those tedious
How's that feel,
turns they're
George?
just barely getting by. You have to
almost
wonder
bingo.
what they're
I know.
thinking
How
right
have
now,
we
what
not got the
plan is.
bingo yet?
Making that decision
we're
to
in
continue.
downtown.
How have
fleeing-
none of these news people
fleeing in
speculated on the
downtown
gas?
Los Angeles and kind of making a circle, basically, what they did right now, because they kind of had open space and a free southbound journey toward the 405, eventually toward
Current
Orange
speed,
County, but instead they got off the
like
110 freeway,
20,
went into
30
South Los
maybe.
Angeles, doubled back, and went northbound into downtown Los Angeles by the Civic Center.
Get on
and
the
then
freeway.
Went southbound again toward Crypto.com Marina, toward the convention center, is now going southbound again, choosing.
Oh, no,
look
no,
at
no,
this,
no, no.
and now trying to get on the freeway again.
You're
it
going the
appears,
wrong
in the
way.
opposite direction, and again increasing the danger for everyone involved.
And it's actually
Oh,
how we
fuck.
picked it up earlier. They were
Not
going in
this
the opposite
again.
direction when they were in the other vehicle. So, you know, this just ramps up the danger right now. And again, I just want to know if they're trying to find a way out, exactly what the plan is. I do not know.
God, it would
They're
be
driving into
terrifying to be
oncoming
on the
traffic.
freeway.
So at this point,
They're getting
we're
off
just
again.
waiting to see
No?
what's going to happen and
Staying
holding our
on.
breath to make sure that no one
Okay.
gets hurt. So far, we don't believe, other than the person who was fired at, we don't know their condition. It doesn't appear that there have been any other wrecks or anything happening besides them tapping this vehicle. The driver has, you know, appeared to drive fairly well up to this point, but now going the opposite way, and you have vehicles coming right at him. I just don't know what they're going to do at this point.
Yeah, just increasing
This
the
is
danger.
him driving back
every
home last
time
night.
They make a move like this, but thankfully, you know, like you said, even though
Yeah,
there
this chase
supposedly
is
has been
really
gunfire
nuts.
involved, especially at the beginning of this incident, that no one has been hurt so far, which is which we are thankful about, considering these suspects, at least one of them is armed, and also because they are driving a vehicle that it's a dangerous vehicle. It's a large vehicle, and there are some very tight turns, and obviously they're doing a very dangerous thing right now, going the opposite direction. Okay, they're slowing down right now as they see all this traffic coming.
This
How?
is the 10 freeway they're on right now, and why they're choosing to do this, I do not know.
Yeah,
They have
why?
traffic on each side of
I mean,
them.
at this
They're going
point,
the
I
opposite
don't know that they
direction.
can do a U-turn, but
Earlier, when they did this, they carjacked a vehicle, this vehicle. So I don't know what the plan is right now, but you can see people trying to get on the freeway right now, and they have a semi coming directly
okay, they're getting
at them.
off now.
Eliana, it's just so frightening when you watch something like this. Oh, thankfully, it looks like he is getting off the freeway at this point. You just worry that someone's going to get hit any moment.
Ooh.
Oh, I've been holding my breath up here the whole time. I'm so
Okay.
scared about what could happen in a situation like this. This is a very
Like, seriously, they're
dangerous
driving
vehicle
this pretty
that is,
well.
driving
I
the
understand that
wrong
it's probably
side of
not
the road
that
here
difficult,
on
but
a
I wouldn't be
major
able to take
freeway here in
corners
the
like this,
downtown
especially
LA
not
area. He was going,
confidently.
in
you know?
westbound
They're just like,
lanes, but
fuck it, here we
headed
go.
eastbound. Thankfully, he just exited here, so now he's on Alameda, having a tough time making that
did they
turn
hit
here.
that car?
Alameda, south of the 10
I don't
freeway,
think
and
so.
I think
They're getting out.
They're getting out. So I'm going to zoom in here.
What's next?
You can see them running.
Yeah,
so
what's
they're running
next?
under the
Oh my God.
freeway. Widen out. Maybe we'll see them run the other way. Maybe we'll see
Is there another
pop
car?
out the other side.
Is there another car? Is that
but
it?
Again,
Is this car?
Alameda out the 10 freeway.
Where are
we
they?
just saw them
Yo, there
bail
they are.
out of
There
that
they are.
vehicle.
Zoom in,
And
Eliana.
CHP is here, so they're going to start swarming the area, setting up a
Oh, I
perimeter
thought this
to
car
try
was
to take
them.
these two
Okay.
into custody. We saw them once when they carjacked the big rig. So
See, the other
could
news
see that
stations
they
are
were
not
both men,
at this point
but of course
yet.
they could have changed their clothing
Or they
between now
are.
and then,
Okay,
but
wait,
again,
hold
two
on.
men
Hold
are
on,
what
I
they're
have too
looking
many-
for
too
here.
many things
Alameda,
open.
just under the 10 freeway.
Too many things. Open.
And Ileana, you were right on the plan.
angle,
CHP
they're
couldn't
on the,
follow them going the wrong way, but you mentioned CHP was
who's
setting
this?
up
What
all
is
over
this?
the area, so they would
Yo,
be prepared and
what?
they would be ready to swarm
Wait,
in.
what?
if,
These are
in
just people,
fact,
normal
they
people,
did bail
right?
out of the truck, and that seems to be exactly what has happened in this area right now.
Yeah, and you see that CHP is here. They
Wait.
have their guns drawn,
Wait.
and they are pointed
This is just a
the
fucking stringer, or
underpass
these
here.
are just
So,
stringers?
the suspects may be under
Right?
there.
These
Of course,
guys don't-
Be very careful
what?
because there's a possibility that the suspects
This guy
may
a
be
stringer
still
too?
armed as well.
What
We
is
know
going
they've used
on?
That weapon before, but you see
Okay,
what looked like
the angle
CHP
over on
cruisers
Fox
as
is
well as some,
interesting,
innocent bystanders here that now
too.
got stuck here in the commotion
It's
here
a little
in
bit
Alameda, just south of the 10
different.
freeway.
Yeah, CHP on all sides right now.
George, can
Vehicles
we scoot
parked.
back
They are
so we can-
running. They were running there at something in their
listen to
sights.
them,
But
I
again,
guess.
we're dealing with two suspects
Where
now
are
who
they?
may be armed, who have already carjacked two people. So
They
it is
both
a
got
dangerous
out.
situation for authorities as they try to bring this to an end. But now that semi at least is parked.
Like, they
there
did
on the
not plan to
streets,
get out
and
there.
Right now, what they're
You
trying
know,
to do
they
is
did
just
not.
round up the two suspects who started this all around 10 o'clock in Lancaster, if you can imagine that.
Yeah, and steadily going southbound since then, but then making a turn and going now northbound. after
Going
they
to
hit
Jack in the
South LA
Box
and
to get the
kind of making
tacos?
A loop around downtown Los Angeles before getting onto the 10 freeway in the opposite direction, going
Yeah, you need a
eastbound on the
professional
westbound
license to
lanes
drive
and
one of
then
those, and
thankfully
I'm
getting
kind
off
of
the freeway.
assume this
And
guy
it
has
looked
one.
like, Kathy, that they finally found a turn that they could not navigate. Either they chose
Planning
to,
does not lead
just
to
go
any of
on
this
foot
snot.
at that
That's a
point,
really good
or
point.
They realized they could not make that turn.
That's a really good
right under
point.
the 10 freeway and got out. And the extra danger, as you mentioned, we
He
know,
carjacked another
we think-
car, apparently?
We know that there at least is one gun and one shot
Wait,
fired.
what?
according to
How do you know
authorities
that?
At the beginning of this incident, so one suspect may be armed, maybe two are armed, and this changes the nature now.
How do you know
of
that?
the foot pursuit, because most of the time when these chases end, these suspects or suspect that runs is not armed, and we've seen police pursue people who are basically trying to run away from them and being possibly armed
as much as
adds this
possible.
element
Trying
of
to
Wait,
zoom
I
in
see
and
it.
maybe-
Holy shit,
maybe
you're
that's
right.
the one, and look, we're getting told
Holy
that
shit,
that
you're
is
right.
the white pickup truck that they now
watch
jumped
out for the
into.
residents.
So
You're right, you're
here
right,
we
you're
go.
right.
You
How
just hit
are
the
we
reset
so far
button.
off?
You take a deep breath, and you're now back into a typical pursuit scenario.
what do we
We're
do?
in
What am I
Heights
doing?
right now on
Watching this
East
right
4th Street.
now, it is a good idea to stay inside, keep your doors locked, and stay away from this situation, because you are dealing with one, possibly two armed
Actually, I like
suspects
the
who are
view better
running
on
away from
CBS.
police, and we've
Sorry.
already known, according to law enforcement, that they are willing to shoot.
All right, let's check in with Ileana if we have her right now to see.
They're talking to somebody, of course, but it just kind of like
How
goes
the fuck did they get
so
this
out of the
thing?
Ordinary, the left, right, left turns. That I don't know how they could have planned to have somebody there.
So true.
Now I'm just hoping that there's not a victim inside that thing, or it's
Right.
now a kidnap suspect. They just added to the charges. You
Good
just
point.
keep piling up.
Good point. I didn't even think about that this is another what would this be, a third carjacking? If we started with shots fired, Somar,
If
he
there,
tried to
if there
break
was
into
the
those.
initial carjacking of the
Yeah.
pickup, then the big rig, and this one, that would add
We
up
missed
to
it. Yeah, I
three.
don't think there's any
Obviously,
way to.
this
I
is a
don't
very
know.
fluid
I don't think that
situation. Lots
the
of details we
the
are still
news even
working
caught
together.
So
what
all
happened. All of a sudden, they're just like,
And
"Oh,
obviously
it's another
be,
truck."
Be able to,
How did they
craft
get
a
out?
story
Jaws,
for
I
you,
have no
because
idea.
It's craziness as it continues to unfold.
I mean, they
There-
must
there's
just
no
pointed a gun
shortage
at
of
somebody and
questions
took this
and
truck,
things that could
but
still happen as this pickup
now
is
what?
stopping right now. Car doors are opening, and it looks like the it's hard to tell if that driver got out and now just getting back in. And
didn't he just get out of the back?
You almost wonder if they just did a switch of drivers. If maybe
He just got out of the back and got in the front.
He got out of the back of the car.
Was there anyone in the front seat?
Yes.
I mean, this is bizarre. I mean, Dave, what are you thinking when you're
What
watching
did the
this? I mean,
person
what's
in the
going through law
front seat do?
enforcement's head here? This seems to be very
Crawl over. Man, now he's going
calculated
fast as fuck.
individuals
Okay.
Who seem to kind of have an idea.
This driver
of, you know,
is
what-
much more
what they're
determined
doing,
to
so
get away.
Yes,
Right?
yes, and it just didn't work for them. But I think that's what's the whole plan for them to get away like that, just to, hijack another car. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, they may have planned to, somebody may have
Guy's
been
flying. Yeah,
helping
he's
them
really going.
because it was an ideal location.
Seems dangerous.
They
He's
always
ran a
do
red
that. They go
light.
underneath an overpass, but this time it didn't work. And then you're right. The suspect who's driving that pickup truck now was in the left rear seat.
Yeah, he said, "Let me do
the
this
driver
shit."
must have
Exactly.
scoot over to the front passenger side. Well, that guy got into the driver's seat, and here we go. Now we're.
It would
now
be
we're
scary
on
if the
the
guy
street,
who
so
switched seats is
a
the
whole
owner.
different
Oh,
dynamic.
true.
A whole different dynamic, but do we appear?
But
I mean,
see,
does it appear
yeah.
that law enforcement, once
But
they
I don't
do
know.
get their bearings,
I
and
think
they
this
can
guy is the
regroup, obviously
original.
We could start seeing some of those more traditional tactics.
Do they
of
ever get away?
spike
Penguin?
strips
Yes,
and
absolutely.
other measures to try to get this car to stop. I can imagine that's what they're
Pretty
now game
often.
planning
And
right now,
OG,
Dave?
what's up?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's what they'll start doing. I think we're in Newton Division, so they're being advised of the suspect's location.
They got to do a
broadcasting
pit move.
where
Oh, they
it's
won't.
at. If the sheriff unit
These guys are too dangerous. They already fired at a cop
above
before.
them, and they'll be relaying to the LA coppers about the pursuit. So
How has nobody
they
talked
may-
about the
they may
gas in
have
any
a
of these
switch
vehicles?
off, what we call a switch off, and that's where the sheriff's
If we
helicopter
don't get
will
a
pull
bingo
off,
here
and then
tonight,
the,
it's going to be crazy.
The LAPD air unit that's up above, once he sees that sheriff unit is away, then they'll go ahead and descend to take it over. I'm assuming that's usually what happens, but the sheriffs may have just decided to stay with it.
Yeah, and right now we're keeping an eye on him and these suspects in Lincoln Heights, Mission Road, and Richmond Street, now Lamar Street, but maintaining the surface street pursuit at the moment. This
Not
pickup truck has
GTA,
now decided to get
How
on
they
the
get away
freeway
from
right
multiple
now
choppers,
because
dude,
it
there's
sort
a
of blows
bunch of
up those
different ways you
questions
can do
that
it.
we were asking
What is
earlier
TC?
about,
It's a traffic collision. It's a
going
car
to
crash.
location that they're familiar with, because it's worth reminding people that this started up in the valley, in the Sylmar area, and then made its way through
Sidewalk and
downtown,
foot
all the
chase.
way, from
Yo,
1
yeah,
to 5,
yeah,
and
definitely.
now
I don't
we're
know
down
that we
here
actually
and,
got a foot chase
switching
here. I don't
multiple
know what
vehicles.
happened,
I
but there
mean,
might have been
It
one.
has been a war of attrition in many ways, as well as a war of patience on both sides, particularly law enforcement, because just when you think
U-turn.
this car now is flipping around, just when you think you had him underneath the overpass in a big rig, in a gigantic vehicle that makes it hard to maneuver.
He must have
now
mental
you're
health
back in
issues.
sort of a
Camille, yes.
traditional pursuit setting where this pickup truck can go
My
upwards
camera?
of,
Oh, thank you.
60, 70, 80 miles an hour if it wants to. And you don't really have a sense of a strong pattern necessarily from these drivers.
The predictability is, in a sense, is gone. If we can, I mean, as we watch them obviously monitoring the current situation, let's play back again, or wait, let's see as he does another U-turn. Does it appear he's getting off on the side? Nope.
Hey, can you guys not do a replay right now? Yo, this is just a terrible idea. I'm switching. Fuck these guys. Bad timing. Get out of here with that shit.
So you have to wonder.
Okay, back to Eliana.
Down the 101, down the 110, and onto side streets opposite way on the freeway, and now is taking this road and keeps flipping around and going in the opposite direction. Now seems to be continuing in one direction at this point, but
yeah, there was another
again,
U-turn.
We don't know for sure that these are the suspects that law enforcement was pursuing that were in this big white big rig, but we believe transferred to this white vehicle because it
90 plus. You saw it hit him 90 plus.
As law enforcement were looking for these two suspects on foot.
Yeah, considered armed and dangerous. We're in Lincoln Heights right now as we continue to follow. One thing that has changed, if they get behind them now, they would be able to pick
So are they under here again?
They do
is this truck?
We're going to wait.
Is this truck empty?
They come out from underneath, and not sure what they're doing.
Is this truck empty?
Very slowly. And now we have CHP behind them.
Yes, we do. So this, as Eliana
what
mentioned,
happened here?
This makes it, and it looks like
this
one
could
of the
be a
units
pit.
is making a is making a move right now. The CHP unit.
It's like a cat and mouse right now with this driver.
The
just
black car?
toying with CHP.
They switched again?
Doing
Really?
circles,
Really?
going one way, looping
Hold on.
around. Now very
Hold on,
slowly.
hold on.
I would wait and see.
This
if
car,
they
there's nobody
take
in
off.
this.
We've seen them before. Get out, open the doors, sort of playing, and get back in the
none of the
vehicle
news
and take
stations
off,
are
but we'll
aware
see.
of what the fuck is happening right
Extra
now.
caution on behalf of law enforcement.
This is just an empty
because
vehicle.
Of how this chase started, because
Where
they say
are
at least
they?
one shot was fired at the beginning of the pursuit. They believe at least one of the suspect may still be armed, so they have to take extra care how to approach the suspect and protect the safety of the community and the officers. I believe we have Eliana Marino over the scene there. Eliana,
Yeah,
what's
I mean,
going on?
this is all they're seeing.
Hey guys, there have been so many vehicles that have been part of this pursuit. I can't even keep them straight anymore. But this truck, what we heard
police
from
don't even know, though.
Helicopter overhead was that it was in fact carjacked when we ditched the semi. And now,
Where are they now?
What apparently happened is right when we got to
Did they
the
shoot
Freeway
themselves?
underpass again, they ditched it. So the vehicle right now appears to be empty. It basically
Right, so where are they?
slow-rolled and crashed into a parked
Why are the
car.
police
So at this
pull-
point, CHP does not think that there's anyone in the vehicle. They, of course, have to clear it to
So-
verify that no one is inside. But they believe that under the overpass just about a minute ago or so, there was another car, either something that was
Find
set up
it,
for them,
Eliana.
or carjacking took place, possibly a dark
Find
sedan
it.
is what I'm hearing. So they may have gone into yet another vehicle. We'll wait till we can figure out a general direction on that. For now, we'll watch this one as CHP tries to clear. But again, at this point, we believe that this vehicle here off of Myers Street and Aliso
What the
in
heck?
the downtown area.
Yeah,
is
if you
now
saw it, but then
abandoned.
where?
Incredible. So
Why
that
are
is
they
perhaps
all
why
in
they were
this?
circling around. Maybe they had a plan.
Go
Maybe they had
find
contact with
it.
someone.
Are
We
you
don't know at
kidding
this
me?
point. This is the
There's
most
5
confusing
cop cars,
pursuit. I have
6 cop
seen,
cars
Ileana, you're
for
so
an
correct.
empty
Many vehicles
vehicle.
involved here, and I cannot believe that slow
here,
rolled
George.
into the other vehicle, came to a stop, and now CHP is investigating an empty
Go
truck
find
while the
it.
suspects have taken off in some sedan.
Yeah, and given the way the officers are behaving right now and the way they're standing around and the way they're not pointing any guns, they appear not to be facing any danger. And given the fact that this is apparently
the
an empty
heck?
vehicle and that the suspects possibly moved into another vehicle, a dark sedan, and yet, unlike the transfer to this vehicle, which was made kind of obvious because of the high speed, it was moving, and maybe because it was an area where they could be spotted more easily, somehow we are not
Go and
tracking a
find
dark-colored
it.
sedan or any other vehicle right now, nor do we know that police
Like
are.
Fox
So,
channel is
it
actually like
possible that the
pointing their
suspects
camera
made some
around,
sort of getaway
but they don't.
in
I mean, they
another
don't know where it
vehicle.
is, but
At least
maybe they know
according to what
more.
we're tracking
Hold
right
on,
now,
maybe
unless
they
there
know
is
more.
another pursuit going on of yet another vehicle that the suspects
just
transferred
creeping.
into
So
that
this
we
is
don't
yet
know
another
about.
twist
They don't know
that we're
shit.
seeing. So another carjacking potentially, but now we believe that these suspects have abandoned this truck and are now potentially on foot in a very dark area.
What?
I mean,
And you see one of those black and white.
So they're
one
on
of the cruisers
foot
there,
now.
sort of patrolling
Sure.
right parallel
Not-
to
not in another
the,
car.
freeway, sort of trying to keep an eye on maybe the suspects are around this area right now. If they're on foot, they can't. have gotten
Eliana said
terribly
that they
far,
took
but
a
that's the
black
one I'm
car.
referring to right there.
Yeah.
Here,
I
they're
guess
saying
you'd
that
have
the
to
police are
imagine,
out
Dave,
here
this is
looking
where you
for
try
him
to
right
establish
here.
a perimeter, especially if they've been in constant communication with each other.
Who's
but,
right?
You know, we're not able to see where they are if they're on foot. You know, within this immediate area right now. I'd say we're sort of lost from our
Screenshot.
vantage
Okay,
point, but I
okay.
have to imagine that law
Let me
enforcement has
see.
a more firm grasp on what's going on right now.
Yeah, they're gonna have to check out.
Okay,
the
so
vehicle.
that
That's
truck
what they're doing
sped
right
off.
now.
Right.
So
They
here's
just wanna
my
make
thing,
sure there's
though.
nobody in that thing, or maybe even
Maybe
another
they didn't
victim.
get in that car.
But,
Maybe
off
that
to the
car
right
sped off
side, you
because
got that
somebody got
housing
out and tried to
complex
get in
there
it.
that they could have ran into, and that's like a maze inside there. I've been inside that thing on calls. But they were pretty close to getting back on the freeway. I thought they were going to do that, but no, they decided to bail. But it's kind of strange, though, 'cause I thought those black and whites were a little bit closer. But you know, you got the tracks, you got the
Nobody's
Alley
even
River
trying to
the
find the
left of
other car.
screen. It's,
Wait,
it's
what
a
are
really
these guys
bad
doing?
place
They think
to
they see
try
something.
and set up a perimeter.
you can see them, though, pointing, trying to get a
Right.
direction of where exactly they potentially may have gone.
I feel like there's not another car
cross underneath the freeway here. I mean, what will happen now? Will they go, you know, inside of that, as you said, what is like a
the
maze?
news shoppers not have no, they don't, Data. They do not. But the police
what's
ones
going
do
on right
sometimes.
Now, law enforcement strategy per se.
Well, they're working
Who
together.
are these
Just like
people?
I guess that's Hollenbeck Division. So I think some of the Hollenbeck officers, if that's who they are they're talking to the CHP and saying, okay, here's what we think
right, like
they
on
ran
Yelp.
to, or and if they did, then they'll start setting up a perimeter like the black and white that you had there on the side street.
How did we not get a bingo?
The LA River, you know, so he could cover all that area there. So they'll just try to deploy, but yeah, this is a really tough one to do. This would be a nightmare for the DFO to start setting up a perimeter, but it can be done.
And, you know, Dave, I have a question when it comes to the logistics of this situation, because in a way, you know, as a viewer, perhaps you're thinking, oh, now it's easier because they're no longer in a vehicle. They're on foot. Okay, we can do a better job.
What is Eliana saying about this?
Driving down the road, they have no idea that's what's passing them, and in some cases, they had no idea that was what was coming straight at them when the driver was driving that semi in the wrong direction before they.
I cannot believe we didn't get a bingo.
It has just been a crazy night of following this.
Is Charles on easy? He's not here right now.
Right. You know, I hate
he was
to
around
say
earlier
that
today.
They've been shrewd, but they were able to get the driver. They've been able to maneuver. Let's put it that way. They were able to get the driver of the big rig out of his truck. So they threatened him enough to get him out and get him on the freeway. He was actually on the side of the road, out of his truck.
Okay, now I want to go back to this.
They were confident
Sorry,
enough to drive
you guys
the
aren't
truck,
helping.
and then they made all these changes. So.
But he's predicted that they broke off of that. Now they're just doing a wide orbit, just trying to, you know, keep what we would say is lock the suspect down. Because once you got the area overhead, they take off and you keep the area lit up. Usually, what suspects will do, from my experience, is that they'll just
made the U-turns. They're trying to go the right way to the other car.
Something like that until the area leaves, and then they'll pop up
Maybe.
and take off running.
What's
So
Bonnie and Clyde? It's just when it's a man and a woman.
Big circles orbiting. They'll do what we call just locking the suspect down.
Where were we on the prediction?
Dave,
it did not happen. We did not make it to 75 minutes. Assuming it's over, we didn't make it.
Car to the side, you know, that doesn't seem to be a focus.
A couple,
so
yeah, Bonnie and Clyde is just a couple.
Nobody else was inside, obviously no victim that we're talking about here in this third potential.
They've been out of this thing for more than the last 6 minutes now.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got.
I'll pay it out. Yeah, I mean it's over, right?
That is, I think by now I would have gotten a word, or you would have gotten word about being turned into an additional one on them.
I mean, do we want to guarantee that this is over?
Else that they've done.
Are we 100%?
Yeah, I mean, it's worth reiterating what's gone on in this situation is that when we first broke in, we're monitoring a carjacking suspect pursued in a black.
Like, I think it must be over.
That's the video that we're seeing earlier on the right side of your screen in the Sylmar area. An attempted carjacking, because you'll see the driver sort of approach this white sedan and try to take over that vehicle. Didn't end up working.
They got away.
Keeps reversing back and back and back. When there's the
you say it's over. I think so. I think they didn't get in another vehicle.
You can, of course, imagine how terrifying that was likely.
If they did, give it 5 minutes. Okay, Superior, maybe you're right. It can't hurt. Let's just give it a little time.
Reverse opposite
chase is still technically going. No, the car chase is over.
A big rig.
Yeah.
Try to do the same thing to that one, except in this particular situation, it does not work out. But you notice in that video the desperation of the driver running to the now reversing big rig.
If the black car was carjacked, they would have to be in the car. Yeah.
Notice that black pickup truck get up to what we then found out was a milk hauler. And that's when things started taking a turn, and those two in the black.
This could be a foot chase, though. I mean, I don't think they know where they are, but it could turn into a foot chase.
You said this from the beginning, the desperation that somebody has to have in a truck to slam into a big rig like that, jump through the passenger window, get that person
right,
out,
that is a hell of a story. Outran the whole police force in a giant semi-milk truck.
90,000 some pounds of milk, and then drive that big rig through the streets of Los Angeles. For
Yeah, Penguin. Actually, on YouTube, the only thing I do is
on top of all
police
that, confirming
chases.
the fact from
I stream other
LASD
stuff
that
on
shots
Twitch,
were
but this is the
fired
only thing
earlier
I
in
do
the
for
pursuit as
YouTube.
well. Obviously, these are fluid details to then lead into a situation where this goes from Silmar and many other spots in the valley down the 101 into downtown, and then getting into another potential.
There were two
carjacking
suspects, yeah, 2
situation,
people.
Where then that vehicle turns into a sort of a abandoned vessel.
Yeah.
Leading us to this exact situation where we are right now. And Dave, as you
You
mentioned,
seeing the
this
other
is
clips
now
with the
turning
swap, like
into a
right here?
situation where perimeters are being established and the search for these suspects.
Yeah, one of the guys had a yellow
Yeah,
vest.
they'll get the canines. They'll get
Earlier
the canines rolling.
today.
The canines are probably already rolling. They monitor all this stuff. They're out there throughout the city, and they're
That was another
following
chase,
it.
right?
So there's no doubt that canines are rolling there. But one thing I'd like to bring up, Hunter Gio, is that the suspect, when he went up to that white car,
This is
when they
replay,
went in the
yeah.
pickup truck, the passenger got out. And it looked like he's the one that
Camille,
went to
thank
the driver
you.
door
David,
and
thank you
pulled
so
on it.
much. We appreciate you.
Sorry,
and
David,
thank you
shut
for
the
your
fuck up.
time.
Sure.
We're going to wrap up on this, and we'll keep you posted.
Thank you, Dave.
Sorry, Dave,
Okay,
shut
you
the
bet.
hell up.
Bye-bye.
Go away. Okay, they're done. We're going back then. All right. There's like, nope, enough of this absolutely
plan.
insane news
Get
story.
Kevin's natural fruit.
We gotta go. Like, all right, it's crazy, but okay. NBC's now just online. They don't.
Wow, what a crazy pursuit, guys. Thank you for watching along with us. It was a really
Fur Missile is the
crazy one,
K9, the
and,
police
I was on the edge of
K9.
my seat the entire time. From what we were able to count, these suspects probably took about 4 vehicles during the course of this pursuit, and they're still on the run. Likely in
Someone saw them jump into the black Honda. Someone on the ground.
CHP is still looking for them. They're going to continue to look for these guys. They were highly dangerous.
They seem to think that they're
used,
out
a
here,
weapon
right?
During the pursuit. Thankfully, it doesn't sound like anyone was actually struck. But you saw
TC
them,
is a
hit
traffic
car after car
collision.
here, during,
So
this
basically just a
crazy
car
chase
crash.
here. We're
That's
going
like
to depart
police
for now,
lingo
though.
for a car crash.
And again, this is the last vehicle we were able to watch them take, but there is another black vehicle somewhere out there still with these 2 carjacking shooting suspects.
Okay, she says they're in it.
Inside, so we will see if the CHP is able to find them overnight, and we of course will have an update for you
Okay, so
tomorrow on
they
scene
left and
in
the police
LA.
gave up?
Again,
That's the thing I don't understand
right
about
alongside
this.
my pilot George Marcineau. Thank you very much for watching.
That's the thing I don't understand about this. Why are they not finding the other vehicle? It pulled away right as... All right, so here's the thing that's really confusing to me, really confusing about this. If this is what really happened, like, there's so much conflicting information here, but I believe they got in that other car. But the police were right there. They were right there. Like, they were right behind the fucking... They were right behind that truck. So they got out and got in this other car, and the police didn't chase that car. The police had to have seen it. Right? They were right there. Like, within, less than a minute, they were stopped behind the truck. Once you realize how incompetent they are, it's just, like, so stupid. And they have not replayed it. That's another good point, JT. All these stupid replays, they didn't replay that, and they just don't have... So technically the chase isn't over. JP, I think it's over because the police stopped chasing them.
Hi, Bree.
So, the footage is there. Should I look at this?
As law enforcement, we're looking for these 2 suspects on foot.
Yeah, considered armed and dangerous. We're in Lincoln Heights right now as we continue to follow. One thing that has changed, if they...
Here you go.
Suspects on foot.
Yeah, considered armed and
So they stop here,
dangerous. We're in Lincoln Heights
then
right
boom,
now
they
as we
come out
continue
here,
to follow. One thing that has changed...
And then the police are right here. Dude, they're right there. What? Thank you, Chado. Right there. Bill lost them. They lost them. Yeah, they turned and went down here. But is that's the entrance to the freeway right here?
Law
Or
enforcement,
no?
we're looking for these 2 suspects on foot.
Yeah, considered armed and dangerous. We're in
Like, is this the entrance to the freeway?
Lincoln Heights right now as we continue to follow. One thing that
It is, right? Or
has
no?
changed, if they
It takes off fast as hell. So they turned right there. And then the cop is right here, dude. How did they not just keep going after that vehicle? They just decided, we've done enough. 3 vehicles is enough. Not going after the 4th one. Or what? This doesn't make any sense. There's an entrance down that street. Okay. Either friend or hostage situation. Yeah, there's no way they carjacked that one. Like, somebody came and got them, right? Like, they didn't have enough time. The truck paused. Okay. Yeah, Wonderfinger. The truck paused for a little bit. I mean, this doesn't go all the way back. This just shows when they got in the other car.
We're looking for these 2 suspects on foot.
Yeah, considered armed and dangerous.
They were not under here for that long, you know? Like, I guess it did not take them long to carjack that semi. That didn't take long. So I guess they had enough time to do that. This is one of the craziest chases I've ever seen, and I'm actually upset that... You want to check YouTube? Yeah, I'll just go to my YouTube as well. We can go back and look. We can go back and look. Okay, so here they are in that truck. Did the switch. So they come over here. Wait, hold on. So this is it. This is it. This is it. They go under here. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That took less than 10 seconds, dude. Do you think they could have carjacked at gunpoint someone and then got in there and pulled out in like, that was seriously less than 10 seconds. The car was already under the bridge. Richard, what's up? Maybe somebody picked them up. Ulu Micah, that's the only thing that makes any sense to me. They following the other car? Okay. How are we going to find that? How is that going to be on my TV screen? I think they got a ride. Pen pusher, that's a really good point. Okay. How do we see this? It's on the scanner and it's in West LA. All right, then Eliana's got to get there. Although this is way past Eliana's time, okay? Like her night is generally over at this point. So it's possible that Eliana's going back now. And we're not going to see it. But hold on. Let me try and figure out more about this. What if I want to... I don't know anything more.
A vehicle this size cannot do this easily.
Oh, fuck. Look at this. Look at this. Holy shit. Look at this. Okay, so this is from this angle. This is them pulling this thing over. Look at the truck. Look at this truck. There's no reason for this guy to be stopped here right now. He gets out. That guy got out.
Someone just hopped out of the, they both hopped out.
And they go over and get in.
And able to do so. It looks like doors are open. on a white pickup truck.
You see that?
I did not see anyone emerge from that vehicle and now driving in this car. So
Black BMW.
to do so. It looks like doors are open.
This guy just got out before they got out.
Did not see anyone emerge from
Planted car, and the guy just left it.
And now driving in this car. So a white pickup truck, again, this happened earlier in an earlier pursuit where it went into an underpass.
What the hell? That guy gave them the truck. Liam, yeah, this has been nuts. And I don't, apparently it's not over, but does anyone know what LAPD just got wrecked? Yeah, I guess so. Apparently they're still chasing him. Can anybody tell me, like, what? Hold on. There's got to be something I can do right now. Okay, he's not live anymore. Will you go live, please? No. Fuck. I don't think any of these news stations are going to go to it because it's their time. They're off now. They'll track them down. Apparently, yeah. The chase is back on. Is there any way I can get this on a scanner? Can anyone help me? Every media chopper is landed. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. But yes, please to be a BMW and the airships are searching. Okay. Can someone help me? Replay that last clip? Okay, hold on.
A vehicle this size cannot do this easily. Wow. Was there contact made? There could have been contact made. We'll see what this car does if they...
Someone just hopped out of the...
Yep.
They both hopped
drivers
out.
getting out trying to carjack...
It's somebody got out of this truck before they got out. Like, how is this person? They got out right here and took off. They were just like, hey, take it.
Someone just hopped out of the... They both hopped out.
Getting out trying to carjack...
Katie, this guy has it live. Yeah, how do I get it? Broadcastify might have it, but it's like, what?
I did not see anyone emerge from
even
vehicle,
like one do I listen to?
So a white pickup truck, this happened.
Is there some way to just see what is the top feed right
went
now?
Into an underpass, one car entered, another
top feeds.
A vehicle this size cannot do this easily.
I gotta
Was there
disable
contact
an
made?
ad
There could have
blocker.
been contact made. We'll see what this car does if they...
Someone just hopped out of the... They both hopped
drivers
out.
getting out trying to carjack another vehicle and able to do so. It looks like doors are open
Okay.
on a white pickup truck.
The top ones is not
see
this.
emerge
So
from
where
that
is
vehicle
it?
And now driving in this car. So a white pickup truck, this happened earlier in an earlier pursuit where it went into an underpass, one car entered, another... A vehicle this size cannot do this easily. Was there contact made? There could have been contact made. We'll see what this car does if they...
Someone just hopped out of the... They both hopped...
Life is a workout.
Hold on, there's
Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're crushing morning miles or sprinting through back-to-back meetings, give your body the energy, protein, and power it needs to help you conquer your goals. Only at Smoothie King.
Please. This is when they got the white truck. Which they eventually let coast into the parked cars.
Squad 135.
Is there an angle that... Not that I know of, no. Reports are saying they found the BMW. Is it open? Is it empty? Live Police Chases has it? Do they? Are they live? No, they went offline too. Okay. Can you replay when they're doing... Yeah. They pulled over the BMW.
Unit 26 advising code 4, Rhea, the one lost or stolen plate. Plate matches the vehicle, code 4.
Code 4? Are they talking about the same thing? Nobody knows where to actually... 10-4.
Dispatch 12, South LA, Rhea 511. Dispatch 12, South LA.
Wait, he...
Scan people. Okay. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a hectic chase, to say the least.
You're way behind. They got him in the BMW. I heard him say code 4.
1033, you're on the patch, go. Attention Lakewood units, 136 David, code 9 behind the 1029 Victor westbound 91 Freeway. Can you confirm the cross?
There's no way, trying to see if somebody has a...
I thought the same thing, Silas. Thought the same thing.
26 David, can you confirm your correction cross westbound 91 Freeway?
Number 1 lane flying westbound at 91. Stand by.
I feel like this thing I'm listening to is right though, this scanner. But I don't know what he's listening to.
Lakewood 136 David, we're going to be going northbound 710 from the 91 freeway. Check on arrow.
Copy northbound on the 710.
What was the code for?
357.
I mean, they're talking about it now as if it's happening.
7980, the only description I have is a synthetic metal last human all black, and additional occupant, unknown description with a handgun.
What is this, male or female?
Unknown, yeah, maybe you're right. Chris Michael, what's up?
Additional occupant, I was advised is going to be a male.
Crazy night in LA, for real. Sorry, I didn't realize that I had that up. It's so loud. Thank you, Shinji. Okay, ABC LA tweeted, it appears the police lost sight of the suspects after the carjack. The police chase came to an end. Well, it sounds like it started up again. Oh, we got a raid? Oh, yo, John, thank you. Okay, ABC LA. Welcome. Oh, shit, I got my own stream on over here. Okay. I'm so confused. Sorry, guys. This was like the craziest chase I've seen yet this year. And I don't know if it's over or what the fuck at this point.
I don't know. We'll find out in about 5 minutes. So. we'll see what happens.
It seems like right now, like they might have got away. They stopped the wrong BMW. How do you know this stuff, Omar? Chase was okay. What's up? Hi, hello there. It'll be embarrassing for them to let them get away. I agree. After you had them in a freaking tanker truck? Like, come on. Might have been a pickup point. OC scanner X? What is that? Is that on Twitter or something? If the truck was set up, then the black car could have definitely been set up. I mean, we saw them actually carjack that milk truck, but... Oh, my audio quit working. Yo, that sucks. Okay, thank you for following. I'm gonna need to restart the app. I don't have desktop audio anymore. We do have that right now. So, I'm gonna restart my stream right now.